Ready, set, go.
Greetings, undetermined spectators of the World Wide Web. I am Tall Lanky Guy. Welcome to an album reaction. I know, and I've never done these before. It is September 30th on day of recording. It's a bright sunny day as far as I can tell from my basement window. And Dodie, one of my favorite artists in general, has released a new EP. I've been thinking about doing some album reaction stuff for a hot minute now. I've been watching a lot of them on YouTube, and I figured I'm what you might call a musician and also a songwriter. I write songs. Might be fun to have myself give my thoughts on some music that I may or may not like. I'll probably like this EP just because I'm already pretty biased towards Dodie's work. But yeah, really excited for this. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to edit this into a way that copyrights don't just absolutely consume my channel and just spit it out into the void. Who knows? But without further ado, let's listen to the first song. I have heard Got Weird. I think I might have heard Hot Mess. I can't remember though, but I've definitely listened to Got Weird. The first song on the EP, titled Hot Mess, is the titular track, Hot Mess. So let's give this a gosh dang go. Ooh, some cool minor chords.
2 years have passed. Got 27, still crying in cars. Stop planning our lives.
That's a cool reference to her past album. She did these whole like visual lyric videos from Build a Problem, where she's in a car at some times and crying.
Waiting for the countdown.
Oh, I love the strings.
I am not okay. Brain rot in a pretty
Oh, I have heard this song.
I'm a hot mess. Wake up, do the same thing.
I love when she does the like triplet swing sort of stuff.
Again and again. I can't fight it. You try driving.
Okay, it's a little bit like Halftime. I like that. Those are the two things I am a sucker for, among other things, is Halftime and triplets. Ooh, those strings.
Goodbye again. Oh God, I'd be lying if I didn't.
I'm saying this while she did a YouTube stream last night, in the like 20 minutes ish before the EP released, and she talked about how she's been so scared of drums and so scared and so like intimidated by drums. And as a drummer, I feel bad. Not like you need to use drums, but more like I get it. They can be a little tricky to work with, but I'm glad that she's starting to warm up to drums and just sort of figuring out how they fit in her music. I do wish she would go a little harder with the drums, but that's just because I listen to a lot of rock and love to hear some strong thumpy drums.
Where to go, take a fucking guess. I'm a hot mess. Wake up, do the same thing.
So she has a number of different sort of types of songs that she's sort of slowly been adding to, but she'll have the sort of sassy songs, that can go either in the direction of more horny or ones like this where she's just like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. Can everyone just stop pretending like anyone knows what they're doing? She has a few songs like that, and I really appreciate it. I feel like Got Weird is a little bit of both horny and not knowing what they're doing. It's always a welcome thing. She's got other genres such as her sad, quiet songs, and also her sort of like very, is malaise the right word? I don't know. It's just sort of like careless, sort of, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does.
I can't fight it. You try driving, exit to the ending.
Say what you will about her fear of drums, she knows her way around a string quartet and orchestral sounds like the back of her hand. Like, she's so good at fitting that piece, which I would find way more intimidating. And she just has a way around working strings into her music that just feels so natural.
Let me let go. Let me let go. Let me let go.
Ooh. I love that harmony.
You try driving. Hack it that I hate you so that I can let go. Let me let go.
It's like a movie soundtrack melody. The da-da-da-da. That's really cool. This is such a cool like tone and like interesting I guess tone to pick for a song like this. I'm gonna look up the lyrics after I'm done listening to the song. Ooh. What? Where did that come from? Oh my gosh. Okay. Not ready to get weird quite yet. Now what, my darling? 2 years have passed. Got 27, still crying in cars. Stop planning our lives on things that haven't been said. We're not dead. So the pre-chorus is waiting for the countdown. Happy birthday. Dry heave. I am not okay. Brain rot in a pretty dress. I'm a hot mess. Wake up to the same thing. Break up. Then we're dancing. Why am I so alright to do it again and again? Interesting. So maybe it's a little bit about like her own, it seems to be about just her own unhealthy habits, and there's some self-loathing in there, but unhealthy habits having to do with maybe like coming back to the same people that keep hurting her, or the habit of forcing yourself to be okay with things or to put on a certain face. Nice. One more reunion, one more, and goodbye again. Goodbye again. Yeah, so maybe it is a little bit more on the side of like rebound and like on again, off again sort of relationships. Maybe. I don't like to make objective calls on these things generally, so let's go to Got Weird.
Table for two, that's all sorted.
Oh, I love
played the man and you boarded.
I love the bass in this. That's very groovy.
We'll talk over glass like I own it. Give me an inch, I'll postpone it. Think drink is in my blood. Yeah, I date like Walmart, bootleg, boss bitch. Any chips or nuts for the hostage. So what the
These are not. Man, these are some weird Dodie lyrics. But I like it. Table for two, that's all sorted. I played the man and you bought it. We'll talk over glass like I own it. Give me an inch, I'll postpone it. Yeah, date like Walmart, bootleg boss bitch. Any chips or nuts for the hostage. So what the fuck did I miss? Why the fuck did we kiss? This is another, I mean, I feel like this is a little bit of an extension from Hot Mess of just this lack of understanding of your own actions, you know? It's like, this is how I do things. Can't tell you why. Doesn't seem to be working great all the time, but this is what I do. Any chips or nuts for the hostage. Such a weird way of looking at a date.
did I miss? Why the f did we? I got weird when we made out. What a goddamn kiss to think about. Bought a drink all
Hang on, I'm laughing at the. Hang on. She put in a little yeah at the end of that first line, and it got me.
nuts for the hostage. So what the f did I miss? Why the f did we? I got weird when we made out. What a goddamn kiss to think about. Bought a drink.
That's really funny. Man, this is charming. I guess this is just about not knowing how to date, which, like, I don't know when she wrote this song, but if she wrote it after 2020, I think she's expressing some things that pretty much anyone that got back into dating after things opened back up, I think she's sharing some feelings that many people have experienced in the past couple of years now, of just like, I'm gonna get weird. I'm gonna probably end up saying some things or doing some things I don't understand why I said or did. Because used to know how to do this, now haven't got a clue.
Why do you come when girls love to bite me?
Ooh, that's okay. All right, Dodie. I was right when I said that this is the horny hot mess. This is what this is. The first hot mess was also a little bit of a horny hot mess, but this is more specifically horny hot mess. This is also reminding me a lot of Hayley Williams's solo album, The Pedals for Armor. It, like, the bass line and the drums are, and even the melody is very similar to her stuff, which is a good thing. I love that album, and Dodie's voice fits it really nicely. This sort of like low-key, like, people don't necessarily realize, like, in that last track she's hitting the high notes, but Dodie's voice has lowered quite a bit and her range has gotten a lot lower, and she's written her newer music accordingly, and it sounds really cool. Also, aside of the yeah at the end of I got weird when we made out, she also put, after poured a drink all over my wiring, in brackets, there's just a very, very short blink and you miss it shit of poured a drink all over my wiring shit. It sounds almost like a drum sound, but I get it's in the lyrics. I'm looking at them in genius.com/Dodie-got-weird-lyrics. There's a shit. So maybe Genius is wrong. Maybe it's just a drum sound. I'd like to think it's a lyric.
Where's the reference? That that's the opening.
Oh, she's going for the halftime. Please and thank you. I love it. Thank you so much.
I did it.
Ooh.
I got weird when we made
What was
out.
that? Hang on. Hold on just a moment.
Suppress the scream, oh baby, please believe me. Let's not make it deeper than it needs to be.
Ooh.
I got weird when we made
That
out.
last, because that last, like, got, like, detuned as they were slowing it down. And I like that they kept that detuned.
Hold me up again, I won't get
Ooh. Alright, clean end. Nice. That's a bop right there. That's a bop if I've ever heard one. Oh, she has the whole, she's got the whole freaking commentary down in here. Whole song can probably be described as, I get the ick with myself whenever I date girls. Interesting. It might be internalized biphobia, might be from lack of representation, but regardless, got weird is about a kiss with a girl on a date following a faux confidant arrangement. And how clearly following that, I really have got some shit to figure out. Interesting. Okay, so it is still a little bit horny hot mess, but it's even more specifically by horny hot mess, which I can absolutely relate to. Let's go. Lovely Bones. No, Lonely Bones. Lovely Bones is the murder mystery thriller novel. Lonely Bones. Oh, it's a
Oh,
waltz.
another day, another sunset. The wolves watch my thighs intertwine for the 17th time. Oh,
The 17th time.
lonely bones, have you forgotten?
Interesting. This has a very like musical theater sound to it, which a lot of her songs do. I've often thought that if you're able to get the plot down, it would not be difficult to write a Dodie jukebox musical. Like, there's enough storytelling in her songwriting, and there's enough like specific but varied emotions. You could put that together if you've got the time, which I do not.
Add another glass to the steel road. The authors look down as I shrug with their capital smug. Oh, lonely bones, have you forgotten?
Her like background self-harmony vocals are a staple of her work and are welcomed every time.
In the grand scheme, got
Okay. Because those little those are actual lyrics, believe it or not. In the grand scheme, tell her it don't really matter. Got a plan, see.
a plan C. Oh,
Okay, those last words are better it won't really end. Because it kind of fades out, so it's kind of hard to tell what the words are if you don't already know what they are. If that makes sense.
over the bridge to midnight, friends sleep oblivious and thick. Something's making me sick. Oh,
This one's giving me like Lady and the Tramp spaghetti restaurant vibes. It's lovely.
lonely bones, have you
It's probably not anything, it may or may not have anything to do with romance, but those are the vibes.
dangerously close, might abandon the host of.
Ooh, what was that? Excuse me. Hello?
Have you forgotten?
Was that like a mandolin? Oh, it is it's either a mandolin or a ukulele, but they're doing it in that like very like sort of European, like taking a trip down the Venice streets or whatever, of just like that really fast strumming, you know? It's lovely. Yeah, that's the ukulele right there. I love that she's I love it when artists in general leave those little like sound bites in, those little like studio dialogue things. All right, ready to gang vocals without the gang. Ooh, just sort of leaving that note to drone off. That's nice. Okay. This song is about loneliness and where your brain goes in those moments, or where specifically DODIE'S brain goes in those moments. Interesting. With that in mind, another day, another sunset, the walls watch my thighs intertwine for the 17th time. Lonely bones have you forgotten. Add another glass to the stale row. The authors look down as I shrug with their capital smug. Interesting. So it's literally just her sort of capturing that sort of apathy, and monotony in that you kind of find when you're feeling lonely. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Last song on the EP. No Big Deal. In brackets, I love you. We got ourselves a sad piano song. Everyone tick off sad piano song on your Dodie bingo sheets.
We don't say it, share the water. That's how we play it in the shower. Yeah, we save it. I don't mind, say again. You're the best. Yeah, you hold me like it's all you said.
Her voice is so pretty. It's so beautiful. It's also nice because her range sits in a way where when I'm playing it like with my own much lower voice, it actually transfers quite well, which is nice for someone that has ended up being one of my favorite artists, to be able to sing her music relatively well. Obviously, those higher notes are high notes no matter what your range is. But it's such a pretty voice.
I don't mind, I will do this dance for the rest of my life, for as long.
This is also very musical theater-y.
Hold your breath, 'cause we're good. It's no big deal.
Right. So this was the one where this song is about a relationship that falls apart because neither of them are willing to say I love you. That's some sad shit right there, but it's lovely.
On a Sunday, we're together. God, I love you. Says no one of us ever.
Aww.
In the half-light where you
I love that she like she has like at the end of that line, God, I love you, and then she pauses says not one of us ever in the Half-Light. It's that's songwriting right there.
God, I love you would be far too easy.
It's so sad that, like, the whole no big deal thing, it's such a tragic sort of central phrase to have in this sort of story, because obviously it ends up being quite a big deal. Ends up being, you know, what makes her breaks the relationship is that willingness to be vulnerable, which is, you know, many a relationship has fallen victim to that. It's such a big hurdle to get over, especially when you've got a lot of internal stuff providing resistance to it. And that also captures something that I think a lot about, and that's that, like, I don't know, I've spent my time when I was in university, the campus culture was very high pressure on it was very high pressure on relationships, because it was a Christian school, and so there's this whole, like, joke of, like, ring by spring, and so any possibly perceived as romantic relationship suddenly has all this weight to it, and all this, like, oh yeah, is this the one, is this my soulmate, is this my single partner for the rest of my life forever, is this one person that I met through a dorm date? And so sometimes it is healthy to look at saying I love you like it's no big deal, because if that helps free you up to actually say it, then great. But if saying it's no big deal is a form of putting it off so that you don't have to deal with saying it, you got yourself a problem.
It's no
Oh, that's some pretty piano. Just playing through that one chord.
say it here, I'll tell you soon. Until then, I love you all. Say
Aw.
it here, I'll tell
Oh,
you
that's so sad.
Until then, I love you all. Say it here,
Don't bring in the harmonies.
until then. Hold your breath, 'cause we're good. It's no big deal.
And then you leave that one hanging as well. Gosh. I think that song melodically is one of my might be my favorite. Hot Mess and Got Weird are really fun songs, and, like, I'll bop my head to them. I'll probably play them on my off time more often, but I think as far as songwriting, that No Big Deal that's such a well-written story for such a specific thing. Yeah, the melody of that chorus specifically is so pretty, so lovely, and so sad. Just so much sadness. Well, that was DODIE'S Hot Mess. And what a hot mess it is. In the best way. Those are some hot tracks about being a mess. Honestly. That's kind of cool how, like, all four of those songs have something to do with being a hot mess. Hot Mess is just being a hot mess in general. Got Weird is about being a bi hot mess. Lonely Bones is about being a lonely hot mess. And No Big Deal is about being a hot mess together until you're no longer together, because you never committed to being together because you're both a hot mess. It all comes together, and I love it. Yeah, that was the whole EP. Hope you appreciated my thoughts. There are some other albums hopefully coming out this year. Who knows? That I am also planning on doing this for. I probably won't do this on stream. This will probably just be YouTube exclusive, because that just means managing 2 different streaming services copyright policies, which I am in no mood to get into. So yeah, if there are any albums that you think I would enjoy or you think I would give interesting thoughts on, please let me know in the thing down there, in the comments is what they're called. Yeah. If this is your introduction to the channel, hello, hi. This is not standard fare. This is like I said, this is my first album reaction. Most of the time, I'm doing some gaming. I'm doing some like audio theater with my friends every now and then. I've done a couple video essays, hoping to do more, but you know, those things are difficult to make. If any of that interests you, strikes your fancy, then maybe you want to stick around. I would love it if you did. If you want to watch me play games in real time, you can go over to Twitch. All of the links for that are also down there in the description. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you want merch, we got that at streamlabs.com/tallankyguy/merch. If you enjoyed this and you want to support the channel, best way you can do that right now, because I don't have membership, is watch more of my stuff. That'd be great. And until next time, thank you, and I will see you later.